but valid. Hello, everybody.
Oh, I just it's my model back for the
Yeah, it was the
I
Emily
think my
Story
brain is
Quest video.
gone today.
Oh, I remember that.
The 19th game
See
A
who
Friday.
joined. We got.
I should start playing the piano. Dan.
Real. I almost made a really bad joke and then I remembered I was live.
You hear that, guy? She just told me a joke.
Huh?
I'm bawling my eyes out now.
No. Don't. I sorry.
Cries.
I love you.
Alright, well, I'm a mute and turn off my camera. Because you don't love me anymore.
But I do. Sigh.
Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah.
Shit's on the floor. Out of despair.
Sweetie, I don't think that's how that works.
Why does that mess with me every
Fine, I'll stop saying it then, since it messes with you.
I didn't mean mess with me in a bad way. I just a freak. For real, for real. Genshin, can you please tell Streamlabs that, yes? There's Hoyle Play. Automatic. Windows. Where's Genshin? Capture specific window. Voice mod? Genshin Impact? Hello? Damn, I am dumb, stupid, dumb, dumb, and did something bad. I was almost throw up all over my keyboard. Yeah, I'm gonna try streaming more. I've had a lot of IRL stuff happening that's made it really hard to stream and just burn out as a dick. Animal, I'll go with Venti, even though my Venti sucks balls right now. Singcho. And Hazel. Westu. Bennett. Cookie Shinobu. Toma. Wait, no. Probably add Ganyu. No, I can't do that. Toma it is then. Yeah, y'all just gonna have to put up with my constant alt tabbing for now, because Streamlabs is goofy, I suppose. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys, I got Venti and several other characters during my streaming hiatus that I can't definitively answer is gonna be over or not. Did you just say yacht? God, I'm so brain rotted from all the fucking content farms I have to look at. I probably should be sync chill first. Oh well. Let's hit the spiral abyss. I'm safe. Didn't they create something for Freminet, the imaginary theater? Turn it into a rabbit. Oh my god, Ben will send a subscribe. Yeah. Yeah, I'm already a rabbit. What do you mean? Oops, wrong toggle. There. Is this what you mean? Wait, hold baby bunny? I should hold Freminet, because it's Freminet Friday, yeah? I should hold baby Freminet. It's a baby Freminet. I feel so bad for the voice actors that had their contract with sacking balls after.
Everybody stand back. Stand with me. Out of my way.
Hopefully no cry's better than Natlin. Natlin was a mess, bro. Not only just because the story barely made any sense and the pacing was awful. Just pretty much all the voice actors were missing when Natlin came out shortly after. Because they either completely refused to work or they were being held hostage by sagging balls. So. Hello, photo. Can I eat popcorn? I don't have a popcorn toggle. I could do this. I'll use Shangling and Bennett. I'll use Mahuika. Should I use Baishu? I don't know. I might go with Tainari. Baishu's my best healer though. Besides Farina or dare I say Cookie Shinobu. Chi-Chi, if you spend a painstaking amount of time building her, probably also won't be very bad. But yeah, I'll just go with this, I guess. I had a whole cup of ice. It was yummy. If you're craving ice, that's probably a sign you're anemic, but I don't take that at heart. I'm not a doctor. When my mom had her really severe anemia, she just started craving like weird things like ice 24/7. So, yeah. According to some research I did, it's probably a common sign of iron deficiency. Probably like, yeah, I should stock up on your iron. Ask your doctor about it first, obviously. I ain't a doctor. Ask an actual doctor that you belong to.
Shadow of the past, mind a command.
Didn't that clip eye? How's your guys' like summer been? Are you out of school yet? I technically don't actually get out of school until June, but it's complicated. K-12 is weird.
Target acquired. Light it up. Can't see. I hear everything. Locked on. Wrath from the skies. Try and stop me.
Another criticism I have of Natlin is that the characters barely match up with like the whole aesthetic of Natlin. Or at least not really. Natlin looks like it'd be a little bit more primitive, but Mahuika literally has a fucking motorcycle. Like what?
Try and stop me.
Don't get me wrong, she's cool. I like her, but it's just like it feels out of place.
Target acquired.
Kenichi Moalani and, you know, Kachina makes sense. Jensen makes sense. Aoife makes sense design-wise. Rest of them not really. I am gonna go back in 1st August. Oh, okay. Did you say I am to anemia or? Yeah, because that'd explain why you're craving ice, probably. Keyword being probably. No, summer. Oh, I see. Hello, Vamp. I'd use V-Bridger for my tracking right now, but no. Plus, I don't really have a place to put my phone that won't block my monitor, so, eh. Is she just Gordon Ramsay turned into an anime girl?
No recipe, no problem.
A touch of frost.
no idea how to use the Scoffier.
A little amuse-bouche. The pinnacle of excellence.
Spirit Flame, attack! My lucky day.
Yoo-hoo! Let the world collide!
Submit for judgment.
A dash of frosting. A burst of flavor.
From whence you came,
Also, what is it with these Chinese gacha games enforcing overseas voice actors to use an American accent? Actually, I should probably rephrase. I don't know if it's the game specifically doing it or if it's the studios, but it's weird. Like, some variety would be nice, you know, like Lua. To accept it's a different day. What's on a different day?
Frost is coming.
Your coming was foretold. For the eternal oasis.
Getting gear.
Off to the freezer.
Going on.
Your
Hair. Getting gear. Hair. Getting gear.
Rain outlines your fate. Witness it.
Commencing cleanup. Frost is coming. Getting gear. Frost is coming.
Yo, he kind of cooking. Maybe it's because the Scruffy is on my team.
The pinnacle of
your
excellence.
coming was
Imagine if I added Escoffier, Shangling, and Raiden Shogun on the same team. And named it Hell's Kitchen. That'd be hilarious. Or Hibachi Hell's Kitchen.
your coming was
Frost is coming.
Maybe even like Veressa. I don't have Escoffier or Veressa, so. Hello, this is my first time watching any streams. Yeah, I used to stream 3 times a week, but I don't really stream anymore because burnout. Oh, I can't. I actually have a Hu Tao cosplay that kind of sucks booty cheeks, but. Alright. I can use Baiju. I almost said Byakujutsu and like, what? And I remembered I don't really play Japanese dub anymore. I think I'm stupid. Ow. My arms are so sore from swimming like for 3 hours last night.
Busted.
Or learning how to is a more accurate way to put it, because I don't.
Gotcha. Here comes the catch.
Rise. This is order.
Everybody stand back. Cross over.
I just remembered I was gonna voice over the entirety of Lantern Right, because nobody had a voice this Lantern Right. And I completely forgot I was doing that, so.
Busted. Things are about to get dicey.
I'm rolling the dice, hoping Paimon's voice actor gets replaced. Cause I think it's like actually starting to affect Genshin Impact's image because of how insufferable she is. I'm sorry. I'll take the L for that.
Solidify. I will have order.
I swear to God, that was not intentional. I think I got confused because all the comments I see regarding them keep misgendering. Yeah, I got a little confuzzled.
About to get dicey. Busted. Gotcha.
Which I don't know why people do that, honestly. Unless if they don't know, that's one thing. But like, if you're well aware, like what? I don't get it.
Quietly now.
It doesn't really make that much sense to me.
Take it easy. Game's up. Fun's over.
Our bond is strong.
A bitter pill to swallow.
I mean, you do you. I'd be looking at you kind of funny.
Taking a turn for the better.
Hello, that one's signed.
Here comes the catch. Busted.
Yoo-hoo! Let the world collide!
Things are about to get dicey.
Let's go. Fremo gems. Hmm. Yeah, after my warning expires next month, I might work on my video on heat content finally. I might have to update the script a little bit because I wrote it back when I had like 2,000, 3,000 subscribers. Maybe even less than that, I don't know. I'm already halfway there to 5,000. It's crazy to think about. My new video already made it to like top 5 in the span of 24 hours. Crazy to me. What? Huh? Ayato. I was thinking maybe getting C1 Kinichi Ryan, but I already have them both. Like, nah, fuck it, I'll get Ayato. Or should I get a character like Churi? I already got Yoimiya. I didn't really like her kid that much, so yeah. Boy, did I actually get C6 Toma yet? I don't remember. I'm dumb. I barely play this game anymore. I like low-key forgot. I have so many characters too. Look. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 1, 2. I have 62 characters. And $1,000 down the drain. when I had an addiction to this game. Oh yeah, I do have C6 Toma. I should probably... I don't really use Kave, do I? C3... Unki Yunjin. I keep accidentally calling half these characters by their Japanese names because I'm dumb, stupid, dumb. I am not activating C6 Bennett. It would completely nerf my team. What is this? Oh. Oh yeah, I should probably go do that. Yo, $1,000? Yes, $1,000 of allowance money on femboys. Yeah, my Poly AI video gave me like 200 subscribers, which is like crazy. I wonder if there's any comments in that video that got blocked for some reason, because YouTube does that. They block like the most innocuous comments ever. It's like crazy. How did I have people defending it like incest? Or like borderline incest in my new video? I don't understand. Like what?
I like how I walk in my room and I swear to God I just hit an infest. Am I schizophrenic?
Yeah. I was just talking about how my new video I had people like defending borderline incest.
The sea.
Oh yeah,
Because-
that's what I was talking about. I walked
Yeah.
into my room and I just heard incest and I'm like, what the fuck?
Hold on.
Wa.
Ow. My hair. Just got here. What? Yeah, I can explain. I made a video on Poly AI, and the comments are mixed reception. First weird one I got was womp womp. Ignore it.
Light of the hearth still shines. I'll always have a home to return to.
Do I really need to explain why that's slightly inappropriate concerning the subject matter. My video, I talked about how, like, poly AI is basically grooming kids into, like, becoming porn addicts, and they're like, oh, womp womp, just ignore it. Like, what? Ignoring it's making it worse, King, but also saying something about it at the same time, advertising it. It's just a situation where you're just like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. But if more people know it's bad, they're more likely to do something about it, so. Another thing I feel like people don't really take into account is context. Because people just pass off videos calling out gross content as, oh, you're just promoting it. Like, context matters, gang. Yeah, I don't know how Poly AI is still on the App Store either when perfectly innocent apps that do nothing wrong get delisted. Or actually good games get delisted because they're too old because the developers went out of business or something. An app called Cell Lab, a game that I enjoyed a lot actually, taken down. Probably because it got too old. Even though it was an educational game that was actually fun and wasn't torture. They're making apps for big money, yeah, I know. But so were the games that, you know, everyone loved. Yeah, Chad, this is why we can't have nice things.
I'm geeking.
I'm gonna geek on your bar.
Crazy. Geeked versus locked in.
Do you wanna bet people at Geek Squad smoke geek bars while working on computers?
Crazy. They don't. We've been to Best Buy.
Yeah, I've been to Best Buy. I found Koi there. He was working for Freak Squad.
Okay.
Yeah, basically every day I'm kind of just being like more and more leaning towards the side of, yeah, money is kind of is the root of all evil because it's a necessity for society
So
to
is food.
thrive. Yeah,
So is water. So is the
yeah.
sun. Once you start looking deeper into it, saying that money is the root of all evil is kind of
Yeah.
stupid. Like saying that's the root of all evil just because it's a necessity for a society is kind of just
Yeah. But
stupid. The
most
second
people
you
do
look
things
any
for
further.
money at this point. Or attention.
Okay, what about in Africa?
I was also talking about companies.
Still,
I mean, Africa, like the rural places in Africa, yeah, they fight for, you know, more basic necessities that aren't just money.
because that's like
Survival reasons, yeah.
bottles of water in some places are considered currency.
My sanity is a currency. And I'm
The
broke.
entire point of a currency is to have a attached value to the currency, so then everything else can have a value. Because not everyone is gonna immediately. Everyone has different values. Like, say for example, some people would want like things to cook because that's what they want to do. They want to cook. Well, and they might not want, uh, like say for example, a PS5. But for another person, that could be vice versa. They want a PS5 more than they want like a fucking frying pan.
I don't need a frying pan. I already cook without one. I just
Crazy.
place my
But
hand on a gas stove and be like, har har har. This is fine.
yeah, the entire point of a currency is just to set a value to everything. That's set.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
It's why every country, at least before the pandemic, at least, used U.S. currency as the currency. Like they used USD to trade, and other even if it wasn't their national currency, they still would do it because that's just what everyone agreed was the most like reliable, I guess.
Mm. Actually, I kind of take back what I said. Greed is the root of all evil.
Saying greed is the root of all evil is not skibbity.
Ow.
There's a reason why there are these things called the seven deadly sins, you know, like because everyone they're called deadly sins for a reason.
Because if you commit them, you'll die.
No, they're called deadly because like
Or in some nations, you'll get killed for them. They know that provocative stuff grabs attention, and curiosity obviously kills the
so
cat.
funnily
Yeah.
enough, the seven deadly sins are technically created through by Christianity.
Yeah.
There used to be 9,
What were the
and then
other
8,
two?
and then 7. So Mhm. Hold on.
Yeah, just in my opinion, I think greed is the worst one.
So there was unjustified boasting or vainglory, which was one. Pope Gregory decided that it was a form of pride, so they merged into that.
Hmm.
Picked the wrong test subject.
And then there's melancholy, which personally I still think that's should have been one, but oh well, it's now sloth for some reason, or was merged into sloth.
Hmm.
Yeah, the main ones are uh, gluttony, lust, greed, wrath, sloth, pride. What the fuck? Why did one of my siblings just scream? Uh, yeah. Lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, wrath, envy, and pride. So basically, lust is intense longing, gluttony is overindulgence, greed is
The wrong test subject.
the desire to acquire, possess something that is more than one's needs. Sloth is
Laziness.
that's the general thing, but it's more than that. Stuff like dating for or oh, that laziness is, I guess, a way, or was the main way of saying it.
Hmm.
But sloth is just the sin of avoiding responsibilities.
Yo, what up, Mariah kid?
Funnily enough, depression counts as a deadly sin because it's part of sloth.
I mean, it makes
Because
sense.
it's viewed as avoiding your responsibility
I mean, I can see
to
why
like
people would
emotion.
think that, but I kind of find it kind of
Well,
stupid.
that's
People
where
use it as a reason to
melancholy.
you know,
Picked the wrong test subject.
That's where I
like
think
disregard
melancholy should
people's
have been.
mental issues. What?
Yeah. But yeah. Then there's wrath, which is uncontrolled feelings of anger and rage and even hatred. Desire to seek vengeance. Envy is an insatiable desire. Uh,
Damn, I think I might know which one I might have.
Basically, it can be described as a sad or vengefulness towards the traits or possessions of another person or towards another person. Then there's pride, which is just uh, it's considered the most demonic and the worst of all the sins. It's viewed as the opposite of humility, and
Bruh.
pride is the anti-God state, the position in which the ego and the self are directly opposed to God. basically being prideful, using these as a definition, is the worst of all sins. Having pride in oneself is considered the worst sin of all.
Picked the wrong test subject.
Yeah, I could see that.
Fry. Fry. Fry.
But now the other two, which were for some reason merged, were Acadia,
Test subject.
which is neglecting to take care of something that one should do. The term can be translated as apathetic basically just depression. It's related to melancholy. Arcadia describes the behavior, and melancholy suggests the emotions producing it.
Hmm.
Basically, it's just uneasiness of the mind. It's goofy. And then vainglory is just unjustified boasting or bragging.
Damn, so I can't say word flex, bro. Boing.
Crazy word.
Picked the wrong test subject.
Funnily enough, melancholy is goofy.
Wrong test subject.
Why is it a gray area now?
It's basically just defined as depression of spirits or dejection. It's basically just being very sad, like extremely sad, but there's no reason for it. You're just always sad.
I see.
Yeah, there's also the four temperaments, which are uh, a proto-psychological theory that suggests that there are four fundamental personality types: sanguine, whatever the fuck, melancholy, and how do I say that? Huh.
Big balls.
Choleric. That's how you say that.
What?
Phlegmatic.
Okay. So yeah, sanguine, choleric, melancholic, phlegmatic. What the fuck? Because of the four temperament theory is a proto-psychological theory made by the Mr. Hippo the second.
Damn, so me?
No, I'm joking. It's Hippocrates. Uh, but yeah, basically it's just an old theory that was abandoned back in the 1800s.
And Zane, I'm playing Genshin Impact. Hello, Lost Gaming of Night.
But yeah, it was basically a theory of how certain organs, I believe, gave certain emotions.
I see.
So melancholic, the element is earth, the Adler is leaning, the real man is depressed, or steadiness. What? What the fuck? But yeah, basically, physical manifestation is black bile from the spleen. Phlegmatic is
That's so Yoshida core, honestly.
phlegm from the lungs. Sanguine is blood from the marrow. And choleric is yellow bile from the gallbladder and liver. Old fucking theories were so skibbity. I'm gonna shoot myself.
I almost said something really bad again.
Oh, well, you were gonna tell me to kill myself? I say it is.
What? No. I'm kidnapping you.
No, you're not. I don't consent.
Consent is a social construct. I'm just kidding. Don't clip that. Don't clip that.
Crazy. Guys, clip that. Send that in the Discord server.
No.
If anyone's in the Discord server, clip that and send it, please.
Aren't those liquids called the humors? I don't know. As I proceed to make a joke that'll almost get me banned.
Humorism. Or the four humors.
These fairy tale books are fascinating. This is a
Made by
rare
goofy old man named Giga Nick. I'm kidding.
Crazy work.
I'd better hurry.
You were gonna say nighttime, right?
I didn't know Nighttime had a G. I'm kidding. I did know. Yo, I feel like reading the DSM-5 TR, which is what people who have mental or doctors, psychologists, use to diagnose people.
Huh. Where's the Haruka spectrum?
And yourself.
There's autism.
By the way,
and there's
psychiatrists
Haruka
are
autism.
required to read DSM.
I figured.
And it's a 2,000-page book.
Damn. I mean, I feel like it'd be far more interesting than half the shit they make us read at school, so.
Uh,
Oh. Yay.
Neurodivergent disorders. The definition of neurodivergent disorders are a group of conditions with onset in the developmental period. The disorders typically manifest early in development, often before the child enters schools, and are characterized by developmental deficits and differences in brain processes that produce impairments or personal, social, academic, or occupational functioning. The range of developmental deficits or differences varies from very specific limitations of learning or control of executive functions to global impairments of social skills and intellectual ability. Once thought to be categorized, fuck my, uh, cate-
I mean,
categorically defined, more recent dimensional approaches to measurement of the symptoms demonstrate a range of severity, often without a very clear boundary with typical development. Diagnosis of a disorder thus requires the presence of both symptoms and impaired function.
mm,
Long definition.
so basically, when child brain,
It's basically a 4-page long definition. I'm not reading all that shit.
yeah, child brain did the goofy. Child is different. Child get a condition.
All right, so the intellectual developmental disorders or the intellectual disability, the diagnosis criteria. Intellectual developmental disorder is a disorder with onset during the developmental period that includes both intellectual and adaptive functioning deficits in conceptual, social, and practical domains. The following 3 criteria must be met. Deficits in intellectual functions such as reasoning, problem solving, planning, abstract thinking, judgment, academic learning, and learning from experience confirmed by both clinical assessment and individualized standardized intelligence testing. Deficits in adaptive functioning that result in failure to meet developmental or socio-culture standards for personal independence and social responsibility. Without ongoing support, the adaptive deficits limit functioning in one or more activities of daily life, such as communication, social participation, and independent living across multiple environments, such as home, school, and work. Onset of intellectual and adaptive deficits during the developmental period. Jesus Christ. Uh,
Yapping the book.
I mean, it makes sense. This is human. The books about physical body are like 9 times longer per like disorder.
Damn.
You have to read like a 6,000-page book just for like a couple disorders. But this book has like every mental disorder that's been officially recognized, basically by the world. Communication disorders. The diagnostic criteria is persistent difficulties in acquisition and use of language across mm, modalities. Example being spoken in sign language or other due to deficits in comprehension or production that include the following: reduced vocabulary, limited sentence structure, impairments in discourse. Language abilities are substantial and qualified. Ah, that one seems kind of self-explanatory. Speech sound disorder.
It's easy to fix a machine when you know how it's built and how it works.
Yo, that's me.
But people,
Childhood
makes it
onset
more difficult.
fluency. Do you want to know what stuttering's called
What? What's your sound
scientifically?
disorder?
Childhood onset fluency disorder. Stuttering. But I
That's
wonder,
a bit
what
of a
is the definition
mouthful.
of stuttering? Disruptance, disturbances, that's the word, in the normal fluency and time patterning of speech that are inappropriate for the individual's age and language skills. Persistent over time and are characterized by frequent and marked occurrences of one or more of the following: sound and syllable repetitions, sound prolongations of consonants as well as vowels, broken words, example being pauses within a word, audible or silent blocking, circumlocate, locution, circumlocutional, whatever the fuck, word substitutions, fuck, word substitutions to avoid problematic words. Words produced with an excess of physical tension or monosyllabic
Wherever the tide takes me,
word whole word
I'll always believe
reputations.
the hearth still
Example
shines.
being I
I'll
see
always have a
him.
home to return to.
The disturbance causes anxiety about speaking or limitations in effective communication, social participation, or academic or occupational performance, individually or in any combination. The onset of symptoms is in the early developmental period. If it pops up later, though, it's categorized or diagnosed as F98.5 adult onset fluency disorder.
Hmm.
What the fuck? The disturbance is not attributable. Son of a fuck. Attributable, that's the word, to a speech motor or sensory deficit disfluency associated with neurological insult, examples being stroke, tumor, trauma, or another medical condition, and is not better explained by another mental disorder. I'm
It's easy to
spazzing
fix a
out.
machine when you know how it's built and how it works.
I'm also spazzing out.
Very much so.
Social pragmatic communication disorder. What is this? Persistent difficulties in social use of verbal and nonverbal communications as manifested by all the following: deficits in using communication for social purposes, such as greeting or sharing information in a manner that is appropriate for the social context, impairment of the ability to change communications to match context or the need of a listener, such as speaking difficulty or differently in a classroom than on a playground, talking differently to a child than to an adult, and avoiding use of overly formal languages. Difficulty following rules for conversation and storytelling, such as taking turns in oh, I have this then. I swear that's not what they called it though.
Yeah, probably because it's a mouthful.
Difficulties understanding what is not explicitly stated. Example, making inferences and non-literally or ambiguously meaning of language, as in idioms, humor, metaphors, multiple meanings that depend on the context for interpretation. The deficits result in functional limitations in effective communication, social participation, social relationships, academic achievement, or occupational performance, individually or in combination. Uh, my eyes burning. Ah,
Eye strain?
no, my mom's making stuff, and there's onions in the air.
Ouch.
Most annoying plan ever. That's a joke. There's, oh my god, go to Australia and you'll immediately be shocked. Same with Arizona or Florida. Uh, the onset of symptoms in the early developmental period, but won't fully manifest until social communication demands exceed limited capacities.
It's easy to fix a machine when you know how it's built and how it
Apparently, you see ADHD among people with
They're much
social pragmatic communication disorder or autism.
Yeah, I was about to say, if autism's out there, I'm gonna be hella confused.
Attention deficit disorder, hyperactivity disorder, so ADHD, and social anxiety disorder. Real, I have that. I'm such a Sigma.
What happened now?
Autism spectrum disorder. Ah, this is getting to the good part. Alright, the diagnostic criteria: persistent deficits in social communication and social interaction across multiple contexts, as manifested by all of the following, currently or by history:
in peace.
What happened now?
deficits in social emotional reciprocation, I think. Reciprocity? Reciprocity? Ranging, for example, from abnormal social approach and failure of normal back and forth conversations to reduce sharing of interests, emotions, or affect, to failure to initiate or respond to social interactions.
Mm.
Deficits in nonverbal
Easy to fix him.
communicative behaviors used for social interaction, ranging from, for example, from
Work.
poorly integrated verbal and nonverbal communication to abnormalities in eye content, yep, eye contact and body language, or
Yeah.
deficits in understanding
Words are
and use of
hard.
gestures, to a lack of facial expressions and nonverbal communication.
Thank you for
Deficits in developing, maintaining, and understanding relationships, ranging, for example, from difficulties adjusting behavior to suit various social contexts, to difficulty in sharing imaginative play or in making friends, to absence or interest in peers. Restrictive, repetitive patterns of behaviors, interests, or activities, as manifested by at least two of the
Oh
following,
god. He turned
currently
into a
or by
posh
history.
British koi fish.
Crazy. Stereotype
I have to
or
smack him again.
repetitive. Shut up. Motor functions, use of objects or speech.
Mm. Also, everyone
Example,
says you're
simple motor
pronouncing everything
variation,
right
climbing
so far, so yeah.
up toys or flipping objects, echolalia, and idiosyncratic
Echolea.
phrases. The
Yeah, I have
insistence on
echolea.
sameness, L. Insistence on sameness, inflexibility, and adherence to routines or ritualized patterns of verbal or nonverbal behaviors. Examples being extreme distress at small changes, difficulties with transitions, rigid thinking patterns, greeting rituals, need to take same route or eat same food every day, highly restricted, fixated interests that are abnormal in intensity or focus, hyper or hypor reactivity, or hyper or hypo reactivity. That's yeah. So sensory input or unusual interest in sensory aspects of the environment. Example being apparent indifference to pain or temperature, adverse response to specific sounds or textures, excessive smelling or touching of objects, and visual fascinations with light or movement. Wow, being autistic with epilepsy sounds like a lovely experience.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Yo, speaking of that, I am autistic and have minor epilepsy. So fuck my
Minor.
life. Quiet. Pedophile.
Sorry, the
Symptoms
instincts
must be
took over.
present in early developmental period, but may not be fully manifest until social demands exceed limited capacities, or may be masked by fluent strategies in later life. Symptoms cause clinically significant impairment in social, occupational, or other important areas of current functioning. These disturbances are not better explained by intellectual developmental disorders or an intellectual disability, or a global developmental delay, intellectual developmental disorder, and autism spectrum disorder frequently co-occur to make comorbid diagnosis of autism spectrum disorder and intellectual development disorder. Social communication should be below that expected for general developmental disorder.
Makes sense.
Wow, I don't even think that's all of the autism yet. It still isn't. Oh, no, it is. Thank fucking God. Also, the echolalia,
The
fuck English.
echolalia what?
I have.
Yeah, same.
Maybe retarded. I kill self now.
You're not retarded. You're smarter than I am, at least.
Oh my God.
What?
It's still, the book's still talking about autism, and it's been like 20 pages. Differential diagnosis: ADHD, IDD, which is intellectual developmental disorder, without autism spectrum disorder, language disorders and social pragmatic communication disorder, selective mutism.
Which I have.
What?
Now disappear.
Scanning.
I see. Stereotypical movement disorder. Okay, Rett syndrome, which is
You covered.
usually affects young girls.
In what way?
Uh,
A round of applause.
I have to look it up.
I have never heard of that in my life.
It's a rare genetic disorder that affects brain development and causes loss of skills and abilities. It's a rare neurodivergent disorder, but it apparently is more common in young girls. It's caused by a gene, a mutation in the MECP2 gene on the X chromosome. Oh, that's why it's more common in girls, because girls are the only ones who can fucking survive it. Boys who are born with a similar mutation instantly die most of the time.
Teamwork is strength.
A bit of
Yeah, probably because the Y chromosome's goofy.
Swift and merciful. Spirit blade.
Obsessive compulsive disorder,
Which I also have.
OCD,
Yippee!
schizophrenia. Yo, real.
I wouldn't be surprised if I got diagnosed with schizophrenia either.
I'm probably going to get diagnosed. Alright, we're finally on the ADHD attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. The diagnostic criteria. By the way, I'm still on page. What page am I on? 230.
Damn.
And I've just been skimming through it looking for the diagnostic criteria of certain disorders. Diagnostic criteria for ADHD is a persistent pattern of inattention or hyperactivity impulsivity that interferes with functioning or development as characterized by one or two inattention, Six or more of the following symptoms have persisted for at least 6 months to a degree that is inconsistent with developmental level fuck, and that negatively impacts directly on social and academic or occupational activity.
Just like me.
Uh, often fails to give close attention to details or makes careless mistakes in schoolwork, at work, or during other activities. Often has difficulties sustaining attention in tasks or play activities. Often does not seem to listen when directly spoken to. Often does not follow through on instructions and fails to finish schoolwork, chores, or duties at the workplace. Often has difficulty organizing tasks and activities.
One with my blade.
Jesus Christ. Often avoids dislikes or is reluctant to engage in tasks that require sustained mental effort. Often loses things necessary for tasks or activities. Is often easily distracted by
Light it up! Everybody
Seems like an emergency. A touch of
extraneous,
spirit blade.
extraneous, yep, stimuli. Is often forgetful in daily activities.
Yeah.
Uh, then the hyperactivity and impulsiveness part. Uh, often fidgets with or taps feet, hands and feet, hands or feet or squirms in seat. Fuck. Often leaves seat in situations when remaining
Scanning.
seated is expected. Often runs about or climbs in situations where it's inappropriate. Often unable to play or engage in leisure activities quietly. Is often on the go, acting as if driven by a motor. Often talks excessively. Often blurts out an answer before a question has been completed. Often has difficulty waiting his or her turn. Often interprets or intrudes on others. Several inactivities or impulsive, fuck. Hyperactive impulsive symptoms were present prior to age 12. Several inattentive and hyperactive impulsive. Oh, fuck me.
What are you
Fuck.
listening to?
Impulsive.
My boyfriend's reading the DSM-5.
I'm schizophrenic. Oh my god. I can't speak for shit.
Side effects.
I'm ending it, dog.
Fourth.
No, I won't let you.
Mighty mythical beast.
Uh,
Mind the side
there is a clear evidence that the symptoms interfere with or reduce the quality of social, academic, or occupational functioning. The symptoms do not occur exclusively during the course of schizophrenia or another psychotic disorder, or are not better explained by another mental disorder. What the hell? And apparently the hmm, diagnostic criteria is weird. So there's three severities. There's mild, which is few symptoms, if any, and the symptoms are like minor. There's moderate, which is symptoms or functional impairment that are between mild or severe or a combination of mild and severe symptoms. And then severe, where basically everything's at its max.
I see.
The first impression is crazy, dog. Yeah, I know. Oh, the good book core. Wow, I did not expect. All right, let's see what else is. There's no biological markers for ADHD, so like genetic stuff. It has been associated with certain brainwaves, though. If you get a PET scan or CAT scan or whatever. Interesting.
Pussy scan.
Other specified attention deficit or hyperactivity disorder. OSADH. What? Is that what that would be? Wow, there's just a lot of unspecified disorders that are literally just called unspecified. I wonder, I imagine you can get disorders like ADHD or schizophrenia from, like, car crashes.
Yeah, because their brain activity changes.
Okay, what's this? Stereotypical movement disorder. What? Okay, repetitive, seemingly driven, and apparently purposeless motor behavior. Example, handshaking or waving, body rocking, headbanging, self-biting, hitting on body. Yo, I have.
Show me your
I was wondering what it was called.
I got you covered.
Seems like I might too.
dream work.
I find it funny how there are some disorders that just aren't even.
Let's hope you'll put up a good fight.
Show me your move.
An hour in and it ain't even Freminet Friday. Its core is disorder delights day. Nah.
Crazy work.
Check this out.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I just randomly found out there was a new version of DSM released in like 2023. Yo, I have. Real.
Y'all, let's collect mental
I'm such
disorders
a-
like they're Pokemon.
Oh, tick disorders.
Let's have some fun, shall we? Take cover. I'm going in.
That's the next section is tick disorders.
That's really interesting, considering I have Tourette's.
What defines a tick is sudden, rapid, or recurrent non-rhythmic motor movement or vocalization. So for Tourette's disorder, which is F95.2, I want to play Zenless Zone Zero so bad. But like at the same time, I don't want to play it for the actual game. I want to play it for the characters and like the fighting. But like the fucking like how Zenless Zone Zero is so goofy. Anywho, yeah, Tourette's is defined by both multiple motor and one or more vocal tics have been present at some time during the illness, although not necessarily concurrent. The tics may wax and wane in frequency, but have persisted for more than a year since first tic onset. Onset is before age 18. The disturbance is not attributable to psychological effects or of a substance. And that's Tourette's
I
disorder.
wonder why I started showing more signs after I had a fucking concussion then. Plus if I was misdiagnosed, who knows?
Hugo, Vlad, Zenless Zone Zero. Wait, oh my god, I might act up. Oh my god. Smash. This character is a smash.
Wait, did I hear the word twink?
Crazy. Collect all 9,000 and sing the right chant to summon Disorder Dragon. He'll grant you any psychological or physiological disadvantage. Yeah. Nah, crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention is that he might accidentally summon Baiju's testicular torsion.
I just
Yeah,
play the
that's
game
definitely
for the
something that
men.
happens in
not
Genshin.
women. I got like back when I played Zenless Zone Zero. I started playing back when it like originally released, and I saw like the if you like signed up for the pre-release thingy-mabob and played the game for like 10 minutes or whatever, you'd instantly get like 100 free spins or some shit. Nope. You have to like play through the entire story for that within a certain period of time or whatever, and it was just like so annoying for no reason. Ooh, the funny part, the schizophrenia spectrum. Damn, there's another spectrum besides the autism.
Where's the
We got
Haruka
the
spectrum?
schizophrenia. Yeah, schizophrenia spectrum and other psychotic disorders. Schizophrenia spectrum and other psychotic disorders include schizophrenia, other psychotic disorders, and schizotypal disorder. They are defined by abnormalities in one or more of the following five domains: delusions, hallucinations, disorganized thinking, grossly disorganized or abnormal motor behavior, and negative symptoms. What? Oh, so you don't count the others as negative? What?
Let's hope you pull up a check.
This book, I swear. I swear, it doesn't count hallucinations as negative, but it counts, like, bruh.
What do you mean? I saw Oopie Goopy in my fridge one night when I was in a severe manic episode.
Don't get too close. Here's backup.
What do you mean that's not a negative symptom? Huh, Mr. Psychiatrist? Huh? You have some explaining to do.
Why is it defining what counts as hallucinations?
Probably because people take that part of the DSM-5 out of context.
Alright, delusional disorder. A presence of one or more delusions with a duration of 1 month or longer. And that's assuming that the criteria for schizophrenia has not been met. Apart from the impact of delusion or its ramification, functioning is not markedly impaired and behavior is not obviously bizarre or odd. If manic or major depressive episodes have occurred, these have been brief relative to the duration of the delusional period. Hi, I don't know how I got here.
I don't know how you got here either, but welcome. My boyfriend decided to read the DSM-5 because, he can.
So the delusional types are erotomanic, which is a central theme of delusion, is that another person is in love with the individual. Grandiose, which is the theme of the delusion is conviction of having some great but unrecognizable talent or insight or having made some important discovery. The jealous type, the subtype, applies when the central theme of the individual's delusion is that his or her spouse is ungrateful.
Our bond is strong.
Yo, Geometry Dash is peak. Her secretory type, which is the central theme of the delusion, involves the individual's belief that he or she is being conspired against, cheated, spied on, followed, poisoned, or drugged, maliciously maligned,
I've
harassed,
had
or
some of
obstructed
these.
like long-term goals. But the question is, do they last for like a month straight?
Yeah. Erotomania
Ew.
was by far my worst one. Geometry Dash?
Oh, there's more types.
I'm too blind to play Geometry Dash.
Somatic type, which is the delusion. It involves bodily functions or sensations. The mixed type is when no one delusional theme predominates, and the unspecified type. which is literally something can't be specified. Wow, there's like entire subtypes. Guys, you gotta unlock all the schizophrenia types, for real.
New schizophrenia update just dropped? Where?
Brief psychotic disorder. It's kind of self-explanatory. Schizophreniform disorder. What? Schizophreniform? That sounds like a fucking drug.
Schizophrenic? Schizophrenic Friday?
Yo, what's up, guys? Are you taking your schizophreniform? Two or more of the following is present under the portion of one period. Delusions, hallucinations, disorganized speech, grossly disorganized and catonic behavior, yeah, we gotta unlock them all. Uh, alright, schizophrenia. How many definitions are like criteria? Holy shit, it's 2 pages. Diagnostic criteria. Two of the more following each present for a significant portion of time during a 1-month period. Delusions, hallucinations, disorganized speech. But why is English hard?
Because English were created by men.
Okay, crazy word. Negative symptoms. For a significant portion of time since the onset of disturbance, level of functioning is one of the major areas such as work, interpersonal relations, or self-care is markedly below the level achieved prior to the onset. Continuous signs of the disturbance persist for at least 6 months. The 6-month period must include at least 1 month of symptoms that meet the criterion. The criterion? Damn. Schizoaffective disorder, recursive overload disorder, renewal validated. I don't. Yeah, I might have schizophrenia, dog. I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, I could see it happening. I hope you don't, though.
I don't really mind if I do. It's just it won't change anything. I still take meds. If anything, it just opens up the meds I can take.
And you being allowed to take
Yeah,
more if
true.
needed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
I can
my
see that.
god. Zoink, Scoob.
Zoink Scoob, I accidentally snorted crackers.
Crazy work. Substance and medically induced psychotic disorder.
Super schizophrenia, super schizo 2, super
So
schizo
basically,
3,
you just
super
take
schizo. God, you get the
drug.
gist.
Yeah. Basically, just take a drug and gives you minor schizophrenia. Apparently, the drugs that can give the drug-induced version of schizophrenia or substances is alcohol, weed. Wait, what is this? What's the? Oh, wait, is this a date rape drug? Angel dust is its street name. Any hallucinogen, inhalant, sedative, hypnotic, or any whatever the fuck, any histamine type substance. Cocaine. I like how cocaine's like the cocaine and weed are like the only thing that I actually like fully named. Everything else is just like, oh, if it gives you this symptom, you get it.
Now you shall perish.
Do stimulants cause it?
That's not what it said. They didn't say anything about stimulants.
Oh. I think
Catania,
I've
so
been on antihistamines before, and it did some rather interesting things to me.
bipolar and related disorders. Yo, this is what I have apparently,
Same
or
here.
have been diagnosed with. Bipolar type 1, the diagnostic criteria. It is necessary to meet the following criteria for a manic episode. Manic episode may have been preceded by and may be followed by a hypomanic or major depressive episode. Manic episode, a distinct period of abnormal or persistent elevated, expansive, or irritable mood and abnormally and persistently increased activity or energy lasting at least 1 week and present most of the day, nearly every day for during the period of mood disturbance and increased energy or activity, 3 or more of the following symptoms, 4 if the mood is only irritable, are present to a significant degree and represented by a noticeable change of usual behavior. Gang, I'm just gonna die. I read too many words.
That's gonna hurt in the morning.
Falls over.
No! Read my name instead. It'll bring you back to life, Chess.
Your name gives me an aneurysm.
Crazy.
Inflated self-esteem or grandiosity, decreased need for sleep, more talkative than usual or pressure to keep talking, flight of ideas. You could fly when you have a manic episode, yo, peak.
What?
Man, I believe I can touch the fly.
Wait, is that
The fly?
actually what
Wow.
it said?
No.
Yeah, it's gonna be hella
It's
confused. I
the
never
flight
saw a
of
bipolar
ideas,
person
or a subjective experience that thoughts are racing.
Oh yeah, that makes more sense. I was like, what the fuck? Bipolar people can fly? Ah, penguin then.
Yeah, they just never. No one lets them unlock their true potential.
Yeah.
Fucking
Society's
Sensei
so mean
Wu,
to us,
Ninjago
chat.
like this.
Leave the wounded to me. Let's light it up.
Wow, bipolar disorder thing is way longer than any of the other ADHD, autism, or schizophrenia.
Wanna know what else is longer?
Me.
I also made a joke about that one cursed Widowmaker video that Snap brought up.
You should allow me to, like, you should get a plugin for OBS that allows me to put GIFs on your screen.
Maybe.
Or images.
I didn't know there were plugins for that, but
There is.
Stand with me. I'll settle this. Engaging. Now's your chance.
The golden slumber.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch a guy.
and not me.
Keep up. I'll uproot you.
Gang, she's the reason why I believe humanity's dead.
Shower me with praise.
Are you calling me an AI?
Yes.
Let my name echo in song.
Actually, you're kind of stupid for an AI, never mind.
You clearly haven't seen YouTube's AI. They're stupider.
Shine down.
At least I can think critically most of the time.
One with the force.
I just remembered the jar video.
I hear everything.
Oh god.
Illusion shattered.
I remember one comment I got was criticizing me for calling it drama instead of like something else.
Well, one comment was criticizing you about how you didn't talk about what's her name. You talked about just a
Cindy?
robot. Yeah.
And I literally said that's what that video was about. Like, what? Like, some of the other stuff I could see. There were too many memes in there. I'll take the L there. But, like, everything else is just like, what the fuck? I also find it really suspicious that, like, randomly there are a bunch of, like, hate on the video, even though when I first uploaded the reception was good. It's, like, really weird. I kind of find it suspicious.
Different people.
Yeah.
YouTube. Well, keep in mind, once we get a certain amount of views, YouTube pushes the video out to more people.
Yeah.
Inazuma shines eternal.
I believe I can touch.
Yeah, just like at
I
that point, I just won't
believe I
touch that
can
side of the
touch
internet
something.
ever again. Because the
Does
viewers
he
are
even still make
fucking
videos
incompetent.
anymore?
Jar? I think he does, or he's trying to come back. And funny part is, the person that they were trying to accuse me from stealing money from ended up blowing their money on not getting a house, but like expanding on like worthless shit. They mishandled the donation money
Illusion shattered.
and spent it all on worthless stuff.
Should have been
Even
a
though
Sigma.
it
Should have
wasn't
went to Vietnam.
monetized at the time and couldn't make money off the video. Goofy
Should just be an ultimate Sigma and do what everyone should does. Go to Vietnam and buy a 14-year-old prostitute.
What?
Wait, is it Vietnam or the Philippines? I can't remember.
This stream's gonna
Didn't
get
you make a
fucking
video?
banned.
Didn't you make a video on one guy who went to somewhere?
Thailand? Ali
And
Coca went to Thailand and got a happy ending massage.
Yeah, that.
And how he was like kicking his feet and giggling telling this story. When it's just like, why, dude?
I mean, it's technically legal there, so he legally did nothing wrong.
Yeah, but still kind of weird going on the internet and just telling random people about it. Like, I don't need to know that game.
But other people want to know that.
Those are kind of weird, not gonna lie. They're kind of freaky. I could have went my entire life without knowing Ali Coca got a happy ending massage from a Thai prostitute gang.
Damn, it's like me tomorrow.
What?
Thailand, here I come. I'm kidding.
You better be. I almost whipped it out. Yup. That's definitely something that
What?
happens.
Crazy.
I'm gonna pick you up, kidnap you, and I'm gonna say, boy, yo, 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 yo.
Crazy work.
Leave the wounded to me. Frost is coming.
Stop throwing your boogers at me.
Let's light it up. Our bond
What?
is strong. Final warning.
Oh, the stupid robot was flicking his boogers at me, bro.
I can take it.
I said boobies, and I'm like, I didn't realize a robot had boobies.
Oh no, that's Honkai Star Rail. The robots have tits in Honkai Star Rail.
Alright, I'm hopping on Honkai Star Rail. Hold on.
Getting here.
Or Billy from Zenless if you're into... I probably shouldn't say that on YouTube, should I?
Now's our chance.
Oh my god, Billy the Kid from Zenless is actual age. Why'd they give him jiggle figures?
Because he's a robot and unapologetically gay.
I don't even think he is a robot, is he?
Something that's digital. and mechanical.
I thought it was just a guy wearing a mask. Yeah, hold on.
How does he even breathe?
Oh, yeah, he is a robot. He's an intelligent construct.
How do I not play Zenless? I know that. I only played Zenless like once. I haven't touched my account
I
in
mean,
like
I
6
thought,
months.
oh my god, Billy the Kid, hentai? Oh my god, that shit's awful.
Dead IRL theory is real. Thanks for providing it to me. Sorry for being annoying in the comments. No, you weren't being annoying. This I was doing the abyss and couldn't really look at the comments. Yeah, I was doing the abyss chat. I'm abyssing it till I abyss.
I'm shitting everywhere.
One with the force.
Lactose intolerant core?
Don't get too close.
Hey, oh my god, that's
Shine down.
like when I go to a Roblox video and I immediately scroll down and the first comment is bro got bricked on Lego.
I hear everything.
Huh?
Shower me with praise. There is no escape.
Fire it up. One with the force.
I love it when I get bricked to Legos.
And not to me.
Okay, guys, Banner, I'm a minor.
So am I. I'm younger than you.
She's lying, guys. She doesn't have an ID. I do. Wait a minute.
Hey everybody, you're probably wondering what just happened. Well, good for you, because I don't even know.
Oh god.
Illusion shattered. Inazuma shines eternal.
Yeah, the only reason why I made that jar video is because, like, I saw Jar Cinema. I'm like, actually, what the hell is this? I want to cover this.
Shine down.
Because I thought it was so bad, it was hilarious. And then people took
Alright,
that
so-
video and just, like, kind of made it something it wasn't. It seems to me. There were holes in that video, yeah, but it's just like... Most of the comments were just kind of stupid.
It's a comment. So his last video was January 24th, 2025. And everyone in the comments, hey, this guy defended a groomer and blamed the victim and said, wasn't this the guy who defended a groomer because he was simping for her? Defending a groomer and had the balls to go on here. Crazy. Don't post again. Or wild.
Can't see.
Illusion shattered.
He's still active on the second channel, apparently.
I hear everything.
He's sexually
They
active on his second channel.
him. I did not say sexually active.
No.
And shroud. Keep up.
Apparently his channel got on 24th January got taken down for a couple hours.
Why? Because they kept getting reported or something?
No, he got hacked.
Oh. Huh. It's almost like people were really upset at him for defending someone who was proven to do weird shit around minors. And that made people big angry.
Can't see.
There is no escape. Torn to oblivion.
Yeah, he's still outlawed.
Close. I got you covered.
The show begins.
Rogan did nothing wrong.
And shroud.
Crazy.
I hear everything.
Illusion shattered.
Fire it up. One with the force.
Yeah, I definitely just avoid art CC drama just because it gives me PTSD from the amount of harassment I received from that video. Like, I think I even got a couple of comments telling me to go kill myself. Like, dog,
Illusion shattered.
calm down.
Now you shall perish.
Your life means skibbity.
Like, listen, it'd be one thing if I intentionally made that video to shit on the victims, but I didn't, okay? I wouldn't do
Blankly
that.
storm. Put your hands up, little bigger. This is why you're bigger than a whale.
There is no escape.
Are you sure you're not talking about 2020 me?
This is why you're built like a boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Yo, can you check Roblox for me? I think it's Roblox shut down.
Hold on.
Illusion shattered.
I'm doing the Abyss right now. Trying to fight, Mega Kinky right now.
There is no escape.
Come on, Raiden, save me. Oh, come on. Remember when you had to fight 3 of these things?
Illusion shattered.
What a drag.
Yeah, wow, Roblox. Every large that.
Shine down.
The show begins.
Don't get too close.
I earned no stars from that. Yeah, but... Hello, mind inclusion. I wonder, can I even... Uh-huh? Huh? Why can't I do this? Not my busted ass Chi-Chi. Yeah, 40,000. 54,000. I think one time I got Freminet to do 300,000. By BXT, man. Yeah, y'all underestimate 4-star characters, bro. Bye, Vamp. I had toe burger. No. I get fisted up the ass with this instead. Okay. Okay, buddy boy. I want to continue with this quest. Cause yeah.
I'm questing it.
You're questing it? Are you trying to resurrect the Oculus Quest 3S that your siblings broke? Using a satanic ritual?
Yes, and I'm sending you to the Skibbity Goon Chamber.
No, I can't do that. Alright, the others are looking after Phonia. Please tell me you can help her. As long as the rest of the operation goes well.
Wait, the operation isn't over. What do we do now?
What happens next is more of a personal project. I've consulted Venti about the possibility of calling it I don't know what the fuck that word is. Conference. I'm dyslexia maxing. Ah, yes, that's a relatively new tradition. Grandmaster Varga came up with that idea a few years ago. I still remember when he approached me asking the lovely ladies of the Hexen Circle for a small favor. The chumminess caught me off guard. I hadn't known any different. I thought he'd been talking about his older sisters or something.
Older sisters? Is Varka really young or something?
I wouldn't exactly call him young, but he's not old either. He's the type to crack a joke at every opportunity, so whatever age that is. Indeed. Anyway, the Tripartite Conference is a gathering of the three parties, the Hexen Circle, the Anima Archon, and the joint forces of the Knights and Church of Avonius. Lord Barbados was able to facilitate a meeting between Varka and the mages. Varka has quite a way with words, so he was able to gain their favor and convince them to agree to a very important request. I can't read. I hate this font, bro. Namely, that in Monsat's greatest time of need, the mages return and lend their aid to our nation. Yes, and now I have a request of my own. So I need to convene once again. Venti, if you would. Of course. Traveler, pass me a Dota communication device.
Huh? You're gonna use that thing to call them?
Just watch and learn. Okay. I think this is how this should... I think this should do it. I think I'm getting eye strain.
What's that ringing? Is it the wind or something?
Hold on. That's not the right voice.
Wait.
Varka? Grandmaster? Oops, I put in the wrong number. Sorry, Varka. You're probably busy right now.
Considering I'm surrounded on both sides with a group on my tail looking to turn me into mincemeat, yeah, I'd say so.
Ah, yes. Well, have fun with that. We could talk some other time.
All right, pass along my regards. Oh, and I still owe you for those drinks, don't I? Just take...
Hey! He was just about to tell us where to find his secret stash!
Seems like a bit much.
Hello? Who is
Greetings, Miss Alice. It's Venti.
Venti?
You're really gonna tease me like this? Fine, it's Barbados.
Apologies, just a bit of fun. What can I
My
do for you,
impressionism's a
dear
bit
Barbados?
rusty, I'm sorry. You still remember the Tripartite Conference, right? I'm calling on behalf of a friend. He's asking for a meeting.
Oh? And which...
It's me, on Alice. Albedo, captain of the Knights of Favonius investigation team, requests a formal meeting with the Hexen Circle.
And what is your wish, dear Albedo?
I wanted to accomplish something unprecedented.
How unprecedented. Something even your mother Rhine-daughter never accomplished?
In terms of technique, no, but in terms of location and materials, yes.
Okay, that makes no sense.
You've piqued my interest.
Be right where? As in here? In this office?
Hello again, everyone.
Fuck is that thing? Hello, Aunt Alice. I've seen it turn itself into a giant Dodoko.
Darling, isn't it? It even has its own hat.
Wow, the attention to detail.
Pleasure to see you all again. On behalf of the Hexen Circle, I hereby grant Albedo's request. I'm guessing you still need to prepare? Take your time.
Aw, that's nice of you.
I suppose it's just my nature, darling.
Thank you, Aunt Alice. Before we set out, there's someone you need to meet. Head to my office. He's waiting for you there.
Hey, have you ever wondered why Albedo always keeps his office closed? Paimon bets there's a secret snack stash hidden around here somewhere.
Hey, not so loud! Damn, Mini Durin is also voiceless. Well, actually, I've been kind of helping you guys in secret the whole time. I tried tapping Pam on the shoulder during the battle, but you flew it away too fast. Yeah, I've been in Mudstaff for a few days now. I kept myself out of sight. I thought people might be scared of me.
Oh, don't worry. We aren't scared of you.
Thanks.
So, what brings you here?
I did sneak off to the festival for a little bit. Even though I couldn't play the games because of all the people, I still had a lot of fun. But that's not why I'm here. Albedo and I made a promise to accomplish something great together.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna replace the Durin on Dragonspine. I'm gonna be the one who revived and brought into this world.
Wait, didn't that already happen?
Sorry. I should be more specific. Albedo said he could use alchemy to turn me into a human.
What?
Yeah, he's been working on it for a long time.
And that's what you want, Mini Durin?
I don't know if want is the right word. I don't even know if there's a right answer in a situation like this. But I do know this. I want to have as much of a right to this name. I don't want to lose to the other Durin. I know, Albedo talked to me about that. He said the Durin in Dragonspine is a lot more aggressive and primitive, almost like a beast. But Mom created me in a storybook. The pure parts of me can balance out the evil parts of him. If I'm honest, I don't know what that will look like. If I can still be me once I become one with that part of him. Maybe without a complete soul, there will never really be a me to begin with. Albedo said these kinds of questions are normal. We're all just trying to figure out who we are. But I'm not afraid of change. I want my life to have meaning. And suppressing an evil dragon, becoming human, both sound pretty meaningful to me. So don't worry. No one is forcing me to make this choice.
Well, turning you into a human sounds like a huge project.
Hello, Glacia.
No wonder Albedo wants to get the mage's approval.
Yeah, I'm really grateful to him. We're kind of in the same boat, you know. Albedo told me he's a creative prince, a synthetic human, and if this works, I'll be one too. We'll be the only two of our kind in the whole world, alchemical creations allowed to live in human form. If all living things are grouped together by species, and there's only one person like me in this world, I guess that makes us family.
Definitely. You've just gotta trust one another. Actually, while we're on the subject, does your friend Hack Guy know about this?
Yeah, I told him I was coming to fulfill this, duty. He didn't try to stop me, he just told me to get a move on then. He didn't say it outright, but I think he supports my decision. Maybe he even thinks it's a good idea to go through with this. I'm a little scared, of course, but excited too. Anyway, I'm really glad I got to talk to you at a time like this. I feel a lot better now, so thanks. I low-key forgot what Mini Durin sounded like, and that he even existed. So, who the hell even voices? I'm too lazy to find out. Where is it? What? Here? Okay, so it wants Hydro. I'll give you Hydro. I suppose I could replace Mika with almost a dirt.
Welcome, one and all. Please sit wherever you like.
So no unspoken rules were to be aware of? I don't want to unwittingly park myself down on some important lady's chair.
I highly doubt anyone's going to mind where you sit, Lord Barbado. Jean didn't fancy tagging along?
Shut up, window blinds. A lot happened in the city today. If she left, there'd be really no one around to lead the Knights of Favonius.
All right, never mind. So, tell me, Albedo.
I'll get right to the point. I intend to kill the evil Dern and Dragonspine.
Oh?
And I'd also like to request some alchemical reagents from the Hexen Circle.
Which ones? I'm all ears.
First would be the flesh of that immoral monster from Jivari. I can't speak.
What else?
I'm going insane. The other portion is the embryo left by my mother, Rhindaughter.
Ah, the raw material from which she created her monsters in the past. Dragon blood, monster flesh, and embryo. Sounds to me like a formula for
Correct. Durin's heart has continued to beat ever since the day he died. It's just a matter of time before he eventually returns. It could be centuries away, or even millennia, but the day will come. I've spent years investigating in Dragonspine, so I'm well aware of the danger he poses. He has already posed a considerable threat to Mondstadt in less than half of his original strength. There's no telling how dire the consequences could be if he ever regained his full life force. Hence, if we want to be free of the dangers posed by his blood and limited vitality, we must find a way to eliminate Durin entirely. Unfortunately, Durin is a special entity. Even after death, he could reawaken at any moment. So, the solution is to kill him and to resurrect him in a different form. Upon resurrection, he will no longer be the creature he once was. In fact, he will no longer be a monster at all, because I intend to transform him into a human-like being. During the summer, Cleonive is a fairy tale world called Similanka. It was created by mages from the Hexen Circle, so I'm sure you know of it.
Of course. It was even the home of one of M's children, the other Oh.
It was during that journey I learned with certainty that Durin would return to life one day. That experience inspired me. I meant that pure soul M had created, and I knew I wanted to change Durin's fate. He could be the key. To that end, I devised an alchemical model for their transmutation. The soul will come from the fairy tale dragon of Similanka, the blood of the original dragon's heart. And the monster remnants from Marijivari and the embryo mother left behind will form the flesh. The corrosive nature of the dragon venom and the heightened vitality of the monster remnants will offset each other, keeping the constructed body in perfect balance. A powerful side effect can be triggered when festering forces and life energy collide. In an alchemical setting, the results are sure to be nothing short of astounding.
The glint in your eye when you talk about these ideas.
I'm doing the new one in Mondstadt, the one that came out this version. Do you see that as a bad thing, Aunt Alice?
Of course not. In any case, now I see why you asked Venti for help. That said, we're happy to give you what you need.
I understand. I figured something like this might happen, so that's why I asked a traveler to come along. Oh, you need convincing? I thought you wanted to keep an eye on me. Who knows what sort of outlandish things I might even attempt to someone who... without someone to keep me in check.
So you know our tricks.
Aunt Alice has always loved a spectacle. Any chance to witness friends come together to support one another.
Well, success means little if you have no one to celebrate it with, no? Although, I'm afraid dear Paimon will have to sit this one out.
What? Why?
The Hexen Circle trials are no walk in the park, my dear. There's only room for 2 participants, I'm afraid. No more, no less. You understand, don't you, Paimon? Oh, don't be too angry with your dear aunt.
Aunt?
Okay.
Thank you for being so
It'll be nice to not hear a tiny flying baby screaming every 2
Interact
seconds.
with the chessboard on the table. It will guide you through the trial.
Then let me make a formal request. Will you go through with this trial with me? Are you ready, traveler?
Then, my dear children, get ready for a taste of the Dodo King's magic.
What the hell in the Jumanji? It's currently in keeping with the Hexen Circle modalities. We've been shrunken down to chess piece size. I'd argue smaller, but okay. Now Albedo's dick is officially 1 nanometer long. Nothing, it's just Paimon's voice is even louder than usual. Now I'm this size. She's always so energetic and lively. Nothing can dampen her spirits. Don't worry, you'll be back with her again in no time. No, keep me here. I do not want anything to do with her.
You sound pretty confident, Albedo.
Aunt Alice, I didn't realize you'd be personally conducting the trial.
Well, since your mother has to recuse herself, who better than I to put your abilities to the test? I have prepared quite a riveting new performance just for you two. See? Defeat them in battle. Swashbuckle your way to victory like gallant fairy tale heroes.
Burst forth. Getting gear.
Let's light it up! No, my sword!
Moments of birth.
Brett.
Going on. Frost is coming.
Stay still, you stupid ass chess piece.
Moments of birth.
I'm about to give birth from how angry I'm getting at this game, bro.
Getting gear.
I'm about to have bunny fish hybrid children.
Moments of birth.
What the fuck did I just hear?
I don't know.
How angry.
What am I even supposed to do, bro?
Witness my great undertaking.
Oh, I see. I'm dumb. Okay. Yeah, and water's made up of hydrogen and oxygen. What else is new? Please stop trying to shove a butt plug into me.
Rain out and feel this ancient power. Getting here.
Welcome back, Big C-Man.
It had to be this form? A toy really doesn't suit me.
This one doesn't seem like Alice.
Well done. But this isn't over. I will now preside over the second trial. Stare straight ahead, and you will see things as they appear. But change your perspective, and you will see them as they are.
You okay? You got better at camera angles.
The trial awaits.
What the hell in the Coppelia was hell?
Only by turning the world on its head can we see its true colors.
Barbilov, who the hell are you, bro?
What do you see on the other side?
Baba girl, I have never heard of you in my entire life. I don't know why you're trying to act like the main supervillain here, but you're not. You're kind of cringe, not gonna lie.
No need to thank me, of course. Just a small gesture of kindness from me.
You sound like you unironically believe in astrology horoscopes. I don't want to hear it.
You're always so charming and burst forth. Feel the ancient power. Getting your mind.
Where were we?
Live. Commencing cleanup. Witness my great undertaking.
Let us dance, my dear.
Something to be.
Right, remember the steps this time?
Oops! I thought I had it memorized.
Moments of birth.
The stage is yours, my queen.
I shall take the spotlight once more.
Let's light it up!
Feel this ancient power.
Symphony of cannon fire.
One blast is quite enough.
Something to be.
The final act is upon.
Also, chess references are fire. Also, riddle me this, riddle me that. Our voice, yeah, real.
Yes, very well done.
What do you mean? I hope they didn't say this in that way.
Oh, they've grown up so fast.
Really? Well then, I'll leave you to debrief the...
Huh? You're leaving already?
You did marvelously today. I'm thrilled for both of you. And should you feel the need to gloat profusely to that student of mine, so lovely tea party. But that'll do me for...
Okay, grannies.
You just
Sister yourselves another time. I don't want to see it.
Forgive Barbalov. She's always on the move. And she never says where she's going either. I think she enjoys the mystique. But if I had to get, Barbie was satisfied with your victory. And so am I. You can come back now. Oh, whoops. I need to turn you back to normal first, don't I?
No, you're not being annoying.
Great job! You made it all look so easy!
Nice to have you back safe and sound.
Thank you. Once you've rested up, let me know when you're free, and we'll head to Dragonspine.
To deal with the Dragon of Dragonspine, right?
Indeed. The sooner we deal with Durin, the better. Okay, so we have to go to knock off Nishonaya. I was waiting for it to become funny, but it never did. That was a comment on my Poly AI video. I don't... What do you mean? Literally.
Yep, this place is as freezing as ever. Hyman's hands are turning to ice.
Womp womp. Want to climb into my hood? Honestly, it's kind of wholesome.
Is it warm in there?
Barrel, see you good Freminet because I don't play Genshin Impact. Sorry. Yeah, I have Freminet. We've arrived. Sorry, Paimon. I have to get to work now.
Still beating away after all this time.
Leave it to me, you two. Stay on guard.
May Paimon ask a question?
You may.
Who is Durin to you?
From an alchemical perspective, we're both artificial creations. But biologically speaking, we have no relation whatsoever. So, to say we are kin would be categorically incorrect.
Sounds like you prefer humans to dragons then.
It's not so much as a matter of preference. Rather, as things stand, I would say I belong to the class of human, albeit a unique category thereof. But then again, most forms of life in this world possess some unique traits. I am perhaps one of the most unique among humans, in that I'm the only one of my kind, but soon there'll be another just like me, assuming this alchemical project proves successful. I believe Mini Durin already told you his intent to replace the Durin of Dragonspine. After my conversation with him, he also expressed a strong interest in becoming human. It's a fascinating prospect, not to mention an extremely challenging one, but I understand why he came to that decision. Well, understood in the broadcast sense, this project deals with the past and the future. and stands to profoundly impact many lives. That primarily is what makes it worthwhile. Helping many Durin become who he wants to be is secondary consideration, though still a meaningful one. By contrast, my personal motivations are nothing so grand and meaningful. I'm just pursuing something I believe in. In my view, to cultivate life which world cannot generate endogenously is to cultivate the world itself. Whatever aids life in attaining a greater level of perfection improves the world by doing so. It is not a question of whether this ought to be done or not, merely whether I wish to. The alchemical enterprise is concerned with deciphering and comprehending all forms of knowledge. That is the path I walk. Of course, that is not to say that this is a science experiment to me. Anything that affects Mondstadt, I approach with first and foremost as a member of the Knights of Favonius. Does that answer your question satisfactorily? Why do you need to ask to draw me? You can draw me. I don't care. You can draw me as much as you want, as long as you're not drawing Rule 34 of Cappuccino or something. Cappuccino's Yoshida's sister. By the way. Yoshida, this character. Me. The whole heart would be too big. I don't need that much. I've only removed the core. The rest will soon lose its vitality completely. This time, Durin's body should finally die for good.
Wait, but in that case, what's gonna happen to the fake Hertha? And what about the people who fell under Durin's influence?
The Knights will keep an eye on them. But as far as I'm concerned, allowing Durin's influence on the citizenry and creating a new Durin through alchemy are one and the same thing. Armed with this heart, I'll be able to complete the alchemical array and deal with those issues in one go. Off topic, but make sure y'all move around when you're sitting and laying down so you don't get bed sores. Even if it's just a little bit, it'll help. Or if you for some reason can't do it because you're like a quadriplegic or something, ask someone to do it for you. Let's call it a day here. Thank you for accompanying me.
Pleasure. We sure learned a lot.
Mondstadt's a lively place during the Windbloom Festival. You should take a look around and peek out some nice souvenirs for yourselves.
Oh yeah.
Peek out? Yeah.
Wonder who the Windbloom Festival is gonna be this time. Well,
I'm sure we'll find out the day of. Wait until 2 days later.
the Windbloom Festival is about to begin. Let's go check it out.
I'll take point in scouting.
Shut up, nerd emoji. Hold on. just came back. What happened? Nothing.
Hey, Frost is coming.
Damn it, no chicken for me. Fuck you, Timmy. I think the only Archon I don't have is Mafuika and Nahida. I don't know if Mafuika counts because she's human, but... No, that's all in all, Natlin is not it. I'm sorry. I'm biased as hell, but I honestly think Hoyle cooked way more with Fontaine than they did Natlin. Natlin, like, they burnt the food and turned it into ashes that are reminiscent of my late grandfather. Both of them, I should say. Actually, technically 3, because one of my grandmas remarried. How did I forget that? I don't know. Yeah, I have no grandfathers. As you all know, during this year's Windbloom Festival, the people of Monza have banded together to defeat several waves of monsters that tried to invade our city. Accordingly, we would like to award the title of Windbloom Star to someone who made an outstanding contribution to our defense operation. This is someone who may not look like a strong warrior, but those keen insights played a vital role in gaining control over the conflict. His words and songs always have a way of lifting people's spirits, and they were a great support to us all. Let us give a round of applause to this year's Windbloom Star, Venti the Bard. Huh? No way, you're really gonna pick me? Why not? You're the perfect person for the job. Alright, but does that mean I get unlimited free drinks at the tavern? I'm sure they'll be more than happy to support this year's Windbloom Star. If you'd like, you can even take a drink while you give your acceptance speech to the crowd. In that case, let me swap out the speech for a song. Everyone, the best part in the land is about to begin its performance, so don't go away. Gather around and lend me your ears. I don't know if I should even try with this gang. I'll be real. I hereby exercise a prayer formation. Ubiquitous earth, flowing water, refining fire, fortifying wind. Traverse the 18th, worldly and the 20th passage. Emergent soul, enter the mortal realm. Elevate festering flesh into sacred blood and bone. O sages, witness my grand endeavor. How was I? Not bad, right? What's your favorite fandom? I don't know. Most fandoms are kind of shit. I almost said Smash, but I'm like, wait a minute. Nah. He looks too young. Kinda nasty.
How did everything go?
Very smoothly, I'd say. We achieved our goal.
Really? So Minnie during...
Correct. However, his newly formed body is still stabilizing, so we should give him some time. I graciously accept the compliment. It is rather remarkable what we've accomplished.
So, how do you feel right now?
Quite good. I did what I set out to do and achieved a personal goal. I think even she would have made a very facial expression if she'd seen it.
She?
My master and mother, Gold, Rhine-daughter. A long time ago, she sent me to Mondstadt with the instruction to complete a task of monumental importance, to find truth for the world. Excuse me. I had a theory about what she meant, and in that time I was able to corroborate it. Sure enough, finding the truth of the world basically stood for getting alive. That might be easy for most people, but for someone like me, it meant doing a lot of learning about a lot of things. I don't know who told you it was easy, but no, it wasn't. They lied to you. I had to find out about myself and the world around me, get to know me, and get to know other people. Life is a space that exists between me and the world. To become truly human, I had to inhabit that space. So, for an artificial human, finding a life is, in some sense, equivalent to finding the truth of the world.
So that's what she meant, huh?
Being alive is just existing, but having a life is what makes you truly human. I think that's the message she wanted to get across to me. Still, I have found this whole series of events has given me a new inspiration. Becoming human is only the beginning. What follows is the choices a human has to make in life, as well as the kinds of family bonds they will form. Most people will probably see the events in the last few days as something out of the nightmare, but for me, it's just a part of my family life. I fear that carefree existence my brother has enjoyed this far will come to an end. Just like me, you will have to step into the world and face the same constraints as everyone else.
You've got an unusual family, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's fucking related to Rev Towns. Unusual being an understatement. Alright, hopefully it's good noodles and don't have gonorrhea in them. Well, I suppose we get it from our mother. She's highly unusual. There are all kinds of families in the world. Some base of their life around the family store, others around the farm. In my family, I suppose we tend to the flower beds, and now I'm a gardener too. Master never showed her face, but if the Hexen Circle shows what I've done, that means she knows well and gave her approval. Since devouring Navarius, it would have seemed she's finally found a modicum of peace. I cannot read this font for the life of me. I hate it so much. And if so, then I'm truly happy for her. She didn't always have a penchant for madness, you know.
Devouring Navarius?
It's the name of the ruler of life.
What?
And Alice told me about it not too long ago, but it came as no surprise. I knew Master would have done it sooner or later. As for the ruler of life, all I truly know is this. Nabarius is not gone. Instead, because of Master's actions, she and Nabarius are now one. In any case, thank you so much for your help during this ordeal and choosing to stand by my side through it all.
Of course. That's what friends are for.
Hearing you say that means more than I can say. I'll make sure to pass along the sentiment when I report back to Master Jean.
Oh, so you're heading back to headquarters?
Thank you. I'll get going. No, I've never played Cookie Run before.
Wow, this Wimbloom Festival turned out to be a special one. It feels like we really made
I'm special, just in a different way.
If the Wimbloom star has already been chosen, what is this year's Wimbloom gonna be?
Wanna take a guess?
Venti, you're back.
Huh, well, I couldn't keep my two dear friends in the dark about this year's wind bloom, now could I? What do you think of the Cecilia? The true feelings of the prodigal son. A sentiment as sweet and as warm as a gentle spring breeze. Perfect for the season. Benny rolls, give me your hand. I wanna touch you, little bro. I'm just kidding. The mages are very pleased that you and Albedo have managed to pass their trial. Albedo received the materials he sought, so you deserve something in return as well. The Hexen Circle wants you to have this. It contains something entirely one of a kind. A secret of sorts. When the time is right, it will reveal itself to you, so no need to open it right away.
Wow, a gift and a mystery all in one. The mages.
According to the sender, you are probably the only person who can make use of something like this, so I suppose it belongs with you. Ah, well, all I did was deliver it, although I did go to great lengths during this whole ordeal. I suppose a reward for my efforts wouldn't be out of the question.
You've helped a lot, Venti. How about we treat you to a drink?
Give him sake, because it tastes like nail polish remover. Really? I'll hold you to that, you know. There's no going back on your word.
Of course, Dad. Let's go to the
Music to my ears. I'm so happy I could fly. It's like this festival's made for me or something. When no love remains for the songs to tell, the world becomes naught but an empty shell. My vocal cords are committing suicide. Cruel is set fate, cruel it may be, were it for not a hero who could set us all free. Through the shadows so cold, he sought wisdom untold, chasing a fragrance the wind only knows. Thus wistfulness waned and faded into the night, as he stepped from darkness and into light. Do I get a pull now? Do I get closer to getting Ayato Burger? Mr. Mole Man? Yippee! Four-star, who am I getting? It's always weapons. It is always weapons. Are we gonna talk about how good this polearm looks on Mika? It literally looks like it was made for him. Besides, like, the Favonius, like, polearm thing. Whatever it's called, I forget. Okay, let's let me get this straight. Mika uses a polearm and a bow and heals people with a catalyst. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, I'm gonna stop streaming now, so yeah, I hope y'all have a good night.